Good morning, Facebook world. I thought I'd check in quickly. I've just finished my walk run with Zans, my dog, down here at Southport, and I just wanted to check in with you and talk quickly about resilience coaching and exactly what is it, because I think that there's a lot of people out there calling themselves a coach. And there's a lot of confusion out there in the marketplace, and I just think that it's really important for us to clarify and cut through all of the BS and get down to what it is and what it isn't. And so, my name's Clint Sears. I'm the CEO, founder of the Way Ahead Academy, where we support both leaders and managers to be able to have greater resilience and in fact allow them to live braver and have more of a successful career. We also support teens in order to increase their level of resilience so that they can also live braver, be bolder and be more fearless. And so let's get to resilience coaching and what is it? Well, I think the best way of describing what coaching is and what coaching isn't is to look at, sort of three groups, three buckets if you like. And while there's a lot of crossover, there is some key distinctions that we need to make between the three. The three buckets or the three roles is the therapist. There is the coach, and there is the subject matter expert or the consultant. And also that bucket would also be the mentor as well. So here I've got a coach, I've got a therapist and a consultant. Almost sounds like a bad joke. Trust me, you'll get the idea. So the therapist provides great service. They would go in there and allow the person to be able to get a greater understanding of their past and the challenges they've had in the past. They get greater realization of how that could affect them in the future. And then and that would allow them to operate more effectively in the now, and allow them to be able to move ahead and create greater success. The consultant would be looking at giving you advice, directly impacting on that advice, telling you exactly what to do. We'd be the mentor. In order to get A to B, these are the decisions that I've made, and telling them exactly what they should do. If you want to get this result, then what you need to do is follow my secret success formula. Now that sounds really good, doesn't it? The consultant sounds really good. If you like that, you can give us some likes and some thumbs ups and happy stickers. That sounds good, doesn't it? And so does the therapist. The therapist sounds good, doesn't it? And the coach works, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want a therapist and you want a consultant, that's great. How does the coach differ from there? Well, the coach differs from there in these key areas. One, in the past, I don't want you to have any interferences from the past. I want to actually move you through those interferences. I don't want them to be in there, so I'm looking for clearing you through those interferences in the past and get you to achieve a more exciting future. Now, what I also won't do is I won't sort of tolerate and accept your story. I want you to have an exciting story. I want you to have an empowering story. We either have a story that's either going to drag us under or it's going to set us free. It's going to give us wings. I won't accept. I won't accept you having that story. In order to save a drowning person, you don't jump in there with them. You have to stand at a distance to be able to pull them out. And so I won't accept you having this empowering story. I will be there to make sure that we're always reworking that story so it gives us wings. I also don't want to put you into a situation where you're traumatized through past experience. I don't want you really through pain and challenge. I reset myself from post-traumatic stress. That was awful. Reliving the pain of that experience over and over again NLP gives us some awesome tools in which we can actually go and clear through those interferences without reliving the pain, which is awesome. And so how does coaching differ to consulting? I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't feel that you need to. In fact, I believe that you already know what to do. And so if you know what to do, why aren't you taking any action? Well, you could beat yourself up in regards to that. You could, if you wanted to. That's a disempowering belief. The fact is that many people do it. Have a look at the moment. Let's look at weight loss. It's a really good example. 67% of Australians are grossly overweight right now. Do we think right now that everyone knows what to do? Yeah, of course they do. Eat clean and exercise. And yes, we could say that some people are limited in the exercise, but I went for a walk today. I'm pretty certain that most people of those 67% would at least be able to walk. And we also know that eating clean is a great percentage of that. So people actually know what to do. Plenty of information out there about that. So it's not the fact that they don't know what to do, it's that they're not empowered to actually make it happen. So what is that? Where is that empowerment? It's the psychology of success. We've got to get people to be empowered and be motivated and driven to be able to achieve the results in which they want. And you can't do that alone. Business leaders and mentors, it's an incredibly lonely position to be in. And the way that we actually achieve that level of success is that we actually get the support of a coach that actually gets into our psychology, gets us driven, gets us empowered to be able to follow through on what we already know. And to that regard, we sort of have three levels of learning. We have what we consciously know, that is really I consciously know that this is important. And then the next level of knowledge is that I actually feel associated to it, I feel connected to it. I feel that it's really important to me. It's become a value. And then the third level of knowledge is, you know what, this is just who I am. It's just me. This is just how I am. And if you wanted to take once again the fitness route, we can say again, I consciously know what to do in terms of how to honour my body and actually how to create the body that is balanced and strong. And then, but yet what I would do is I would still dishonour that belief. I would still take the shortcuts. I might smoke. I might eat unhealthy food. I might drink to excess. And then what I would do is I'd drop that down into the level I actually feel associated to it. I actually know that it's important to me. And you know what, the less likelihood I'm going to be distracted by those things. And then if I take it to the next level down, you know what, it actually becomes part of my identity. This is just who I am now. I actually feel that this is just who I am. And if I was to feel like if my identity was that I was an athlete, then really hard for me to reach out and grab a Krispy Kreme and jam it in my mouth. It just wouldn't be aligned. It wouldn't just be aligned with who I am. And so that is what a coach does. A coach works in the 80% on your psychology and 20% on your strategy in terms of making sure that you're continuously moving ahead. This is about us having the courage to be able to step outside of our comfort zone. When do you need that? All the time. Before you achieve success, during a growth phase, do you need it? You need it, and you need it now. So you want to explore that with me further? I would love to talk to you about it. Message me and we can set up a time where we can discuss that further. Excited to have you on this journey and look forward to speaking to you very soon.